Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're kicking off this Sunday right with some Onward action between the Pacifists and GameFist. It is worth mentioning that this is GameFist's third match. So this is their final placement match. So they currently don't have an MMR, so I can't tell you statistically where they sit. But I can tell you that they have played 2 games so far. They lost against the newbies. No, they won against the newbies, 12-6. And they lost against Big Red 1, 13-6. So that kind of can give you an idea of where they stand. But, you know, new team to the league is always welcome, and we'll see how it goes. I think GameFist has a pretty good shot. If we take a look at the match page, we can go over their rosters really quick. Excise, Chaos, Drunk Kings, Sarge, Torvinator, and Stidge for GameFist, and Pacifist to have the usual Jamie, Stragic, Axis Mundi, Dan 108, Polis Bill, Rexar, Whale, and Baconoist, who is on cooldown. So, pretty stacked roster over there as well. But, you know, GameFist might have something up their sleeve. They might have that team coordination down already. They may have been playing for a while. We don't really know anything about them. We do have the bans, though. The bans for Pacifist are banning Suburbia. And for GameFist, they're banning Subway. Oh, I don't think that GameFist really want to play Subway. Looking at their stats, again, second game only. Don't have a whole lot of time. Or stats in the website. So they have not played Subway at all. They've only played Suburbia, Tanker, Bazaar, and Cargo. And the Pacifist banning Suburbia only played it a few times, five times total. So not a big fan of that map either. And we do know map number 1 is going to be Quarantine. So we're gonna see how GameFist adapts under these longer range conditions. You know, it's definitely, the map has a lot of possibilities, right? You can flank, you can push hard up the middle, you can be coordinated, you can rush. There's all kinds of different ways to play this map, which is why I like it so much. You get to see all kinds of different strats coming out. And personally, I just think it's a well-balanced map. I think that you can still make a 1v5 clutch on this map if you try hard enough. Or if you're against a harder team, maybe you can't. But, I mean, I think it's a great map to play. So we're going to hop into that for round number 1. Or for map number 1, sorry. And those are the beeps. We're going into round number 1 on map number 1. Pacifist versus GameFist. Where are they at? There they are. GameFist on defense first. This eastern 2-story objective. See how they spread out. Pulse Chaos using that 12x bolt action sniper rifle. Seeing him use it in the one-handed fashion. Suppressed 12x sniper. Checking for that cross, saying it's cleared. 2 members trying to cross at once. Torvinator getting tucked in behind this Humvee as they were just waiting. Looks like Pacifists were just waiting for that cross. Axis Mundi down there, and Jamie. Axis also being a very good sniper. I'm not sure if he's using the sniper right now, but we can take a look. Axis does not look like he's using the sniper. And Stragic here, pushing very hard and aggressive, is already up by the money trucks now. Gonna make this cross no problem, and there's no one watching this north approach. So it might be something that, you know, the GameFist team is relatively new and aren't aware of all the angles they need to be watching. Their defense is a little less than normal, uncommon, if you will. And Stragic is already in the northeast by the crater and has nothing between him. I mean, Stidge here is not looking the direction he needs to be, but he might hear Stragic running up. Stragic now in a very, very good position. Takes down Drunk Kings on objective. Excise takes down Whale in the north. Trying to clear that roof out, but he is very far off of objective. The only person is Stidge that can stop Stragic from this. Well, I guess, who's that? Pulse Chaos could also find him, but I'm assuming Stragic is now looking for him. Let's kick on these lasers and we'll see where Stragic is checking for enemies now. Two blue lasers trained on Pulse Chaos. They're definitely looking for him. Jamie in the middle of the street there. Making the cross to the south by ambulance. Rexar takes down Excise. Excise gets Rexar with a nade, though. Is that a... That was not a, Martyr grenade. He actually threw that and caught him after getting shot. Now Jamie and Torvinator here. Torvinator throws a nice nade over, gets Jamie down. Rotate around, get the confirm. Torvinator does get it. Axis coming around looking for the refrag. Does not find it. Now it's just up to Axis. And Stragic. Stragic takes down Torvinator after the call out from Jamie. Is now rotating away, but he's rotating out in the open. Stidge takes him down. Stragic giving up his very, very forward offensive position in the motel to get a kill and then rotate away. Now we have Axis and a downed Rexar. Axis Mundi, last man, going for the objective. There is no defender on it, so if he makes the cross, he's golden. And I don't think that they're aware that he can cap from right there. And he's protected. Stidge making his run back. Pulse also making his run back, but Axis types the code in very fast, and Pacifists take 2 points. Pacifists coming back from what looked like a GameFist win. You know, a couple of easy picks for GameFist on some rotations from members of the Pacifist, but Axis realizing that the objective was probably clear and going for it. I mean, when you're the last man standing, you really don't have any option other than to go for it anyways. But going for it and having that code memorized, you saw how fast it took, or how fast he was able to type in that code. If you have it memorized ahead of time, you know, even if there is a defender on there, if you get up close enough and they don't react, if they don't think you can cap that fast, you know, they kind of have to like check their corners and everything. But Axis able to get the code off, and Pacifist taking 2 points. Now the question is, can GameFist rally back and take 2 for themselves? We're going to see in the next round, number 2 on map 1. Also, just a reminder, get a little bit nostalgic. This is
I don't think I've ever seen a round with 3 people in a hotel.
This is the third to last cast of our current branding, as the one at 7 Eastern is going to have that sexy new branding that the casters have been working on, getting debuted by Noman in the Globochem versus Danglers match. So be sure to tune in on Onward Master League 1 for that. Pacifists spreading out a little, not a whole lot. Putting 2 on objective, definitely for this one, that's a good call. Because if your one guy goes down and they get in there, just like we saw in the last one, they can get that cap relatively easily, being protected from both Motel and the Southeast 2 story. Axis taking the South Dunes. I really like this defense from the Pacifists. They've got 2 in Motel, 2 on objective, and 1 in the South Dunes. The one in the South Dunes, as long as he doesn't peek very hard, he can definitely maintain control of this whole south side. But GameFist is pushing very slowly. They have 3 in the north and 2 in the south, going towards the... I don't know what they said. They are pushing very slowly towards the gas station. If Pacifist had actually taken a little bit more initiative on their defense, I don't think they know how slowly GameFist were going to push. But if it had been such a more aggressive defensive team, GameFist would have given up a lot of map here. I mean, if I was on defense and I didn't see anybody, no, that's not true. I would not have left the objective. That's dumb. But I feel like I've seen teams like Nalco the other day reserving for whoever I was watching. I can't remember at this point. But he got really, really aggressive on the defense and would go for those flanks, those hard flanks. And like if he was on this map right now, I'm pretty sure he would already be in that gas station waiting for these guys. So they're giving up a lot and they're spending a ton of time. We're already at 3 minutes and 45 seconds and they haven't even got past the spawn, basically. They do have 3 in the north now. They have control of the roof. Torvinator and Xeyes. Someone please tell me how to say his name correctly, if you know how he says it. I think it's Xeyes. That's what I'm going to call him for now. But, I mean, at this point, they're definitely going to have a hard push coming out at the end because they're going to be short on time. XR's watching that north. Jamie's watching that east. They really don't know where the enemy is. Stidge and Drunk here. Gonna start pushing into the south and be in a line of fire to Axis. As you see that laser trained on the corner. Axis doesn't see him. He does see him. He takes down Drunks. Drunk Kings. Stidge doesn't really have any options as a nade will not probably make it to Axis. And is he going to peek the corner again? Going to throw a smoke, but that's not going to cover where he needs it to cover. This is going to be a very risky rush here. Axis trained on that corner. Finds the shots. Yes, he does. Axis takes down Stidge, and now the south side is cleared out. It's all up to the north. One on the roof. Torvinator and Xeyes behind the money trucks. This cross is going to be a risky one, and the shots are ringing out from Rexar. Rexar takes down Xeyes. Now Torvinator all alone in the north. Plus 1 on the roof. All 5 pacifists still standing. 1:45 to go. GameFist not looking good for this attack. Granted, this is a pretty difficult objective out of all of them, I would say. Because you got to get... Ooh, was that a... Pulse using that 12x again. I think he's hitting... Looking for that guy. Looking for Jamie.
Hey, maat. Wat is dat met die fucking kutcontrollers, man?
Jamie getting very bold, trying to find the sniper. Torvinator gets Stragic on a flank. Stragic actually pushing out. You see the body there. Pushing up towards the money trucks. Pulse is being flanked, though. As you can see, Axis here. Coming from gas station, looking for that roof guy. And if they don't move quickly, they've only got 45 seconds left. This is not going to end well. They are going to run out of time. Torvinator moved back. There's too much ground to cover in 40 seconds. This is it for GameFist. There's no way they can make that run in 30 seconds with 3 members defending. Rexar takes down one. Rexar takes down another. And the Pacifists win their 3rd point. Now the Pacifists only having to attack the gas station garage objective, which lends itself to become undefended, because you have to check those corners. Depending on the kill balance on both sides, if there is at least one more pacifist than there is GameFist up when they start pushing for the objective, GameFist has to check those corners, and if they don't, the cap will happen. But if they check the corners and the pacifists are doing the correct thing where they've got one guy rushing objective and one guy covering him, they know that guy's going to come around the corner. It's an easy kill. So honestly, I think this is probably the hardest part of this map for GameFist right here. We're going to hop into round number 3. GameFist not spreading out very far. Smart play on this objective, but the shots are ringing out for Maxis Monday as the Pacifists did get the south spawn, and they are pushing very aggressively. Here they go. Rexar takes down Torvinator. They have cut off the cross back towards the objective from the north. Those 2 members of the defense now stuck across the street, not able to get back to objective. The only one able to defend here is the one on objective, and Stragic's going for it. He takes down Pulse Chaos. He gets killed by Excise. Excise is on the objective, but now they know that his position is there. Excise takes down Jamie. Or Excise takes down Whale, and someone else takes down Jamie. Axis Monday gets down by a nade, and there's only one pacifist left standing. Axis is alive and able to give callouts. Drunk Kings find Rexar, and I was wrong. GameFist take their point. Color me impressed. That was not how I saw that going after those first shots rang out. I thought that the pacifists were going to overwhelm GameFist with that aggression. But still, the pacifists just have to defend this objective now. GameFist have to put their all into these next 3 rounds if they want to... Well, 2 rounds, technically, if they get a cap. Here we go into round number 4. on map number 1, if you're just joining us, you haven't missed a whole lot. We're only 4 rounds in. GameFist not getting the quick spawn, so not going to be able to put that pressure onto Pacifists right off the bat, spawning in the crater, and they are going to take it slower, it looks like, which is going to cost them... Maybe they're not going to take it as slow as I thought they were. We have 2 here going north, Pulse Chaos and Torvinator. And it looks like the other 3 are trying to cross the street with some smokes. Now they know the spawn, and I assume Pacifist is now going to start rotating. Xi is using the walking smoke to get these guys across. They're just trying to hide in the smoke as he moves it. Are they going to try and cross both streets with 1 smoke? This is the harder of the 2 streets to cross, and they're going to... They do not have smoke right now. Stidge is going to go for it. I think that someone's freehanding as that laser is all over the place. Stidge makes the cross to the Humvee. Pop smoke. Xeyes also pops smoke. Drunk King's opting to not go for the cross, going around the north side of glass now. Stragic finds Drunk Kings. Ooh, Jamie finds Xeyes in the smoke. Is Stidge gonna come back and res him? He has... Nope. Jamie confirms Xeyes. And now it's all up to Stidge. No, Pulse Chaos also goes down. That's all up to Torvinator and Stidge. With 1 man down on the roof. Pulse Chaos, their sniper. Able to give callouts, but not able to
Je zit in de spawn apartments, achteraan, helemaal op de eerste verdieping van de spawn apartments zit hem.
Looks like the res is gonna... Torvinator is gonna try and get the res. He's coming around behind the roof. It's always worth getting a res on this map, as you do need the player counts just to push, really. But Torvinator is really risking it here. Pulse is back up. Let's see if he can find... Pulse not using a sniper right now. Using that L86. Or SA80, sorry. Jamie watching this corner like a hawk. And Whale. Stidge is going to peek his gun around. Whale sees it. Stidge flagged the corner and Whale takes him down. Torvinator and Pulse Chaos, last 2 standing in the north. Not looking good. All 5 members of Pacifist still standing in a kill box around the objective. A minute 55 to go. Time is running out for GameFist. Axis takes down Torvinator from Burning Center. Down and out. Now it's all up to Pulse Chaos, who has been shot and res, so he is low on health, and 1 or 2 shots will take him down permanently. Pulse is running up on Axis, but I think Axis is going to hear it. Pulse is making a lot of noise. Is he just going to make a break for the objective? It looks like he is. Axe is checking his tablet, making sure it's not a friendly as he comes out and runs. He trades. And GameFist do not get the point. Pacifists win. GameFist are eliminated. Pacifists take map number 1. 4-1. Now, as a quick reminder to the teams, the bands are Subway and Suburbia. We have played Quarantine, and now map number 2 is gonna be Bazaar. Is a GameFist pick. Hopefully, they have planned this one out a little bit more, have some better strats, because, I mean, it is their map pick. You definitely assume, at least, when a team picks a map that they know what they're doing on it, or at least they feel like they know what they're doing. So we'll see if GameFist can take their own map choice and we go to a map 3 decider. Now, map 3 decider is what we always like to see in the casting world, as it makes the games much more entertaining. See who can handle the nerves of that every point counts scenario versus, well, we already won 2 maps, so let's just play our worst map for map number 3 and try and figure some things out, or any of the other reasons that teams play, or like, we're gonna try a different strat, we're gonna try a different map, we're just gonna get as aggressive as possible and so you can get the most kill count. Like, all kinds of things that teams do once the match has been decided. And that's really not the way it should be played, because the MMR still matters on map 3. If you can minimize the MMR loss, then, or if you can minimize the scoreline difference, then you minimize the MMR loss. And that's what you want. Because even if you lose, you don't want to lose by a lot. You want to keep it close. You want to, make them work for it. And it does seem like GameFist do know what they're doing, as they are going to be swapping a player out. So it sounds like they have a little bit of strategery for this map in particular. Take a look back at the match page. Let's look at their lineup. Excise, Chaos, Drunk King, Sarge, Torbonator, and Stidge. So it looks like they're swapping out Stidge for Sarge. Yep, that is what I'm seeing in the lobby now. The 5th member is in, and we are ready to go anytime now. First objective, GameFist on attack. Ice cream truck objective on the south center. And here we go, kicking it off. Round number 1 on map number 2. Can GameFist take their own map? Let's find out.
You guys like impressions? Who am I? Oh, my grips! My grips!
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. I think I know who that is. It's a legitimate thing, man. If I don't let go of
Just
my
say
glitch, then
it's
go
my
for the
fault.
rubbish.
I'm sorry next time.
I've not said.
Pacifists arguing amongst themselves. GameFist, not wasting any time on this one. They're pushing hard. They're going to try and cross the street. Crossing this street is dangerous on this objective as there is a line of sight from that building, but they're going to go for it anyways. It doesn't look like Axis got into position in time to watch that cross, but they sent Stragic around the side here, and he finds one. Now Pulse and Torvinator know he's there. Stragic getting up in a little bit of altitude here, trying to find Pulse Chaos. He does. He's going for the confirm now. He gets the confirm. Torvinator still looking for him. Stragic making a lot of noise. Torvinator's waiting for him. Torvinator does not get the kills either. Stragic takes down the entire east approach, and now there's only 2 members of GameFist left.
We zijn de enigste 2 levens.
It's just Sarge and Runk. Rexar finds him. That bad camera angle there. And now Sarge is all alone against 5 Pacifists on his first map in. I wonder if he's warmed up. So I know the higher level teams, you know, if they have someone that they're going to swap in, or they have a reservist or whatever, they definitely, you want to keep that person playing while you're playing. You want them in lobby so you can call them out. Rexar finds Sarge. The Pacifists take the first point with all 5 members still standing. Oh, and a C4 goes off. Oh, take a look at that scoreboard. I'll show the scoreboard when we spawn back in. Pacifist running away with a 5-1 lead now. As I was saying, the higher level teams, you know, if they've got someone that they're going to swap in, you got to keep that player hot so that you either have them playing in comps or playing in lobbies while the game is going on, have them in Discord ready to, you know, hear that call in their ear and move in. That way it's a quick transition. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for them to load the game, load the computer, blah, 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 all that stuff. You got to make it as quick as possible. So they also have to just be willing to drop whatever they're playing and come to join the match. But the other things that they could do, having a gun game in is a awesome way to stay warmed up. Gun game gets you super loose, super fast. And if none of that is available, if you're playing at some weird hour where, you know, there's not time, get into a cargo lobby with veteran bots and throw 16 of them in there and just keep running it, and that'll keep you warmed up and loose. You've got to keep that reaction time up, the muscle memory up. Does look like we had a drop on the pacifist side now. I see Stragic, Jamie, Rexar, and Wales. We are missing Axis. It appears he has DC'd. Hopefully he will be back very quickly. And there he is, as if he heard me talking about him. And we're going into the next round. Here we go. Round number 2. And there's the scoreboards from the last time, just so you get that information. I know some teams really care about it, but Stragic and Rex are doing all the work on their team. GameFist on defense now. Will they spread out, or will they take up very tight, aggressive positions on the objective? Pacifist pushing across, 3 going east on the north side across the Kiat. Axis just making the cross on the far west side, right across the street. I feel like that's not something you normally see. I don't think that's a doable cross. Rexar looking for Xeyes in the objective dark room. I really wonder. I wonder if Axis is quiet enough. You know what? I'm pretty sure he is. If he is quiet enough, he can just waltz up in here. Rexar takes down X-Eyes. Now the objective is open. But he can cap from, like, right here. And there's nothing... There's no one watching him. This is a cap. This is 100% a cap. This is the craziest play I've seen in a while. He's just walking up onto the... Oh, but Drunk Kings peeks. Misses his shots. Axis now trying to refire. Finds him. Pulls his tablet back out. The rest of the team not rotating. Axis is going to get this cap off. And there it is. Pacifists take 2 points. He just walked in. Threaded the needle. That's hard. I don't really think you can leave that west alley unguarded. I can't think of a winning team that I've seen a strat that doesn't have someone watching that alleyway. Even from the south. And now the Pacifists sitting with a 7-1 lead, about to take the series on map number 2. All they have to do is defend the western objective now. Not a very difficult one to defend. We'll see if GameFist doesn't seem to me like they have the confidence to pull out a cap on this one. You know, I've seen Phantoms do it where they run into the bar and cap in the building. I've seen other teams do it where they just go full smoke on the objective, rush in. I've seen a full 5 push come from the mini market and get a cap. So like, I think there's a lot of confidence that is required for this one. You've got to feel like you know you can get a cap. You're good enough to type in a code. And not saying that GameFist is bad, but you definitely got to be in that mindset of, oh, I can totally do this. And with 7-1 loss or point deficit, I don't know if they're going to have that. But we're hopping into round number 3.
What's wrong with your AK? You have the wooden one?
What do you mean?
Oh no!
No, I painted it a different colour.
Wales using a normal AK, he's a fucking scrub.
I'm not going to lie. Whale is probably one of my favorite people to listen to while casting. He is hilarious. If you've ever played in a lobby with him, he's hilarious. Got a great accent. He's just funny. So much fun. Ooh, that's some rubber banding for sure. Sarge trying to find Axis, but Axis finds him through the window, as he definitely had the advantage of being mostly in cover. Coordinator now looking for him. Not able to connect those shots. I'm pretty sure that that piece of metal there is also bulletproof. Drunk now trying to find Axis. This call out should have happened, and now he's moving up quietly. So I'm hearing radio clicks coming out of Drunk Kings, like the radio cutoff sound. I'm gonna advise everyone to make sure when you're playing in a lobby that there is not mic bleed from your headphones. Either get some over-ear cans and a mic, or just over-ear cans and use your mic that's in the headset. Pulse Chaos takes down Stragic. One nice headshot and he's out. Axis now looking for him. Drunk King's making a lot of noise. Axis gonna be looking for him through the window. Missing the shots. Axis now throwing a C4 in there. That didn't make it where he wanted it to go. Axis prepping a Molotov. Trying to throw that, and he burns to death. As we have said before, the Molotovs are super, super fragile. And trying to throw it in a window or anything kind of just explodes it. GameFist now with a 4-to-3 man advantage. Whale trying to find Excise in the mini market. Just blindly firing. Excise is just waiting now. Jamie finds Pulse Chaos on a cross.
Just skipped out of the western courtyard, but I think I got him. I don't know though.
Excise and Whale just trading fire all day long. Excise not able to find him. Okay, I think that fence is bulletproof. Whale takes Excise down. Gets to confirm. Yeah. Well, I guess it is trying to go through two pieces of fence and wood. So there's a little bit of bulletproofiness there. Jamie finds Torvinator as he rotated. Drunk Kings finds Whale. Yeah, I'm hearing feedback from the players. As I was saying, if you get over-ear headphones so that sound doesn't bleed. I know on my index it's worse. If I turn my headphones up all the way, which I like to play at 100%, you can definitely hear the audio feedback through the mic, and that's no good. Especially when you're trying to sneak and someone gets on the radio and it goes and squelches. Rexar finds Drunk Kings through the pallets, and the Pacifists take map number 2. And that is the series decided. So we're just gonna go play map 3. Just to, you know, spread out that MMR juice. Maybe it's an MMR jelly if you're gonna spread it, right? MMR jam, jelly. If someone in chat can tell me the difference between jam and jelly, that'd be awesome. And map number 3, I'm sure you heard it via the sounds, but it is gonna be Tanker. It's a pacifist map pick. And I am not sure, let me take a look. GameFist has played this map twice. They've won it once. We'll see how they do against the Pacifists, who have played it 4 times and won it 4 times. However, I don't personally like the map win rates. I like the round played rate. So Pacifists have played Tanker for a total of 23 rounds and have only won 16 of them, which is 70%. GameFist has played Tanker for 11 rounds and has only won 5 of them, the 45% win. So Pacifists definitely looking like they have the advantage. They've also got the experience. They also like to play night maps. That's their thing. Or at least it was last time I checked. So, you know, they would always pick Q2. Which I'm really confused why they didn't this time, because they did have map choice to begin with. I don't know why they didn't pick Quarantine Night. It does look like we're going to have a bit of a roster change on the side of the GameFists. Nope. Yes. Looks like Pulse Chaos is out, and we've got Stidge back in. So it's Drunk Kings, Torvinator, Stidge, Sarge, and Excise against Stragic, Jamie, Rexar, Axis, Mundi, and Whale. Starting out on the top deck center objective. Here we go. Those are the beeps. We're going into round number 1 on map number 3. See how many of GameFist forgot their night vision. Anybody? They all have night vision. What about the other team?
33, 64, 88, 9.
Axis running a shield. Jamie goes down to Drunk Kings. So does Stragic. Drunk Kings takes down 2 and clears out this downstairs approach. Does he confirm them, though? He needs to confirm the bodies. Here we go. There is who confirms. A click on his gun tells him he's empty. Needs to get that reload off faster. Axis Mundi above him. Excise. Ooh, Torvinator taking down Drunk Kings in the back. Some miscommunication there. Whale takes down Excise, and now it's Whale and Axis, the shield. Let's see how GameFist deals with the shield. 2 on 2. I think that's some bad call-outs there on the side of Drunk Kings, or Torvinator not understanding. Axis is going in for the cap now. He's got his tablet out, and he's in range. He drops the shield. They should have heard that. They need to get this kill. Ooh, and they did. Just barely saving it. GameFist take their first point on map number 3. Now, as I said before the or at the beginning of the cast, this is GameFist's 3rd game of the season, so they are still doing their placements. So the teams start out right around 1200 MMR, but because they haven't been placed, they play a wide range of teams, and so they technically could be not lined up with Pacifists. I mean, this isn't a normal matchup, especially for the end of the season. Normally, end of season games are close games because everyone's settled into where they should be. But because GameFist started at the end here, they're still trying to find their groove. And now we're into round number 2 on map number 3.
Sound effect. We've got to add that. That's the next feature. 1.7 fist bump effect.
They're improving.
Rexar going to watch the downstairs. Oh, I missed the door. Looks like Sarge is using... Sounds like Sarge is using this shield. Go Whale. Takes down Excise and Stidge. Torvinator gets Axis Mundi. Sarge trying to find one. No, Stragic finds one. Stragic finds Torvinator, and he's now on the flank. And it's all up to Sarge, who's about to be flanked from behind on the tunnel. Cannot get anywhere, and there he goes. Stragic takes him down in the back. The shield is eliminated. Pacifists take 1 point. It's so hard to follow. Thanks to everyone in chat. I see a ton of people hanging out and talking about the game. We love it when you talk about the game. We love it when you use those nice Onward cap clutch emotes, the biddy donations or whatever, however they work. I don't actually know how biddies work on Twitch, people. I just stream. And yeah, so we love seeing people in our Twitch streams. We definitely need to keep our numbers up. We love seeing the community clipping things, all that stuff. And we're gonna hop into round number 3 now for the Pacifists versus GameFist. Map 3, round 3. GameFist on defense. I'm gonna say that Pacifists are gonna try and push really hard right up the center and get the cap. That's what I'm calling right now. Let's see if GameFist put anyone on the objective. No, they do not. Excise moving up very aggressively. Torminator finding Whale. Tragic downstairs. Looks like he's gonna try and get that flank. Jamie's also downstairs. Excise needs to come up these stairs. Oh, he should have seen him. Excise didn't see Jamie there. Axis takes down Sarge. Tragic calls out for the confirm. Jamie gets him and gets the res out. Stidge now looking for him. Stidge finds one, but he doesn't find another as he's trying to get the res off on something. Jamie takes him down. Now there's Excise coming around the corner, finds Jamie. Now it's all up to Torvinator, who is on objective, and Rexar. Torvinator in a great spot here. Needs to defend this objective with his life. Rexar should have seen that, and he's going to take Torvinator down as Torvinator looks the wrong way. Pacifists take their second point on map number 3. Now, if we take a look at the standings in the EU, GameFist is currently sitting at 13, but because they are still TBD on their MMR, they're just kind of at the bottom. I would reckon that they come in at like an 11, say 11:30. Pacifists are currently 3rd in the EU, so they are hitting very high on the EU standings right now. And we hop in round number 4.
In de kamp is een hele moeilijke, hè? Dus kunnen we... Ja, ik kan al smoken.
Ja.
Sarge has the shield. I wonder if they're aware that they can basically get shot from spawn. Right here. Smoke's coming out early and aggressively. Tragic takes down Excise Sarge. Tragic coming around the corner trying to find Sarge. He does find him. Tragic now on his flank as he does. Drunk on the bottom left underneath. Torpenator looking for the killer of his teammates. Axis finds Drunk Kings underneath. Stragic finds Torpenator. And now it's all up to Stidge, and he's got 5 pacifists to deal with, and he is getting flanked right now. Here it comes. There's the final kill. Stragic takes down Stidge, and pacifists take their 3rd point. Rajak with his aggressive flanking is putting a lot of pain onto the GameFist team right now. They aren't wasting any time as we hop into round number 5 on map number 3. Pacifist going to try and take this downstairs objective.
I burned myself, make some fucking jokes.
I wish you could lift people's night vision up just a bit.
Axis with the shield and Whale as his shooter. Gonna take this south downstairs.
Fucking die.
Axis opting to take the middle. Stidge watching the south side. Drunk Kings finds Jamie on the backside. Whale runs right into Stidge, but he actually gets the kill. Torpenator takes him down, though. No, Sarge takes him down. Torpenator takes down Stragic. Drunk Kings finishes off Jamie. Now there's only 2 pacifists left. Axis here is in the objective. Torpenator trying to shoot him in the feet. Can't find him because he's got a shield. And the shields protect you. Now Axis having to back off. Bad frag there. Axis trying to take this objective with his shield. Rexar sneaking up on the north side. Ooh, Axis finds one. Axis finds another. I'm not sure that the GameFist know how to deal with the shield. Axis is now on objective. Rexar takes down Excise. And Drunk Kings and the Pacifists take the 3rd map. And that's it. That's the whole game. Probably the fastest EU game I've seen in a while. We are just now at an hour 9. And that includes my 10-minute intro. So, an hour game. Very fast. Final score, 12-2. Pacifists take it. That's what I was saying before. GameFist probably batting above their weight class as pacifists are number 3 in the EU. But now that once they submit the score, we'll see where they land on the MMR rankings, and hopefully they stick around. I definitely think they've got they've got the potential. We've also got a couple of other new teams. We've got the newbies, we've got Team, we've got VRML. So a lot of new teams on the EU side. Hopefully, can mix it up with the teams that have been around for forever. I mean, you know, as long as I've been playing, it's been Beginners, Vikings, Pacifists, Silent Purge, Boss Fight. There was Lemon Squad at one point, but I mean, you know, we need some new blood in the EU side for sure. And we've got a couple of new bloods in the NA side as well. So new teams are always welcome. We've got Unnamed Few, we've got Firestorm, Delta Squad, Mr. Nice Guys. So we always welcome them. And even if it is the end of the season, you can still start a new team and get your 3 matches in. No reason to not start until next season. But that is it for me on Onward Master League 1. I believe there's an Onward Master League 2 game going on right now. So we're actually going to take a raid over there and make sure I'm not going crazy first. And there is actually something on that channel. There is. So we're going to raid over to Onward Master League 2. And thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for our sponsors, VR Cover and Pro2VR. And thanks for everyone in the league just being you, doing what you do, and keeping this league growing and going. We appreciate everything everyone does. And that's it for me, Caster Triple Nipple, signing off.